So yeah, this is going to be my tutorial on how to use Blender. I'm not a master or anything at Blender. It's a 3D modeling software that I love, but I know enough to be able to make a tutorial on it. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave that folder open and get started. So this is Blender. It's a professional 3D modeling software. It's actually free, so if you want to download it, go ahead. And I've been taking a couple classes, practicing on my own, and building a lot of cool stuff. So I'm going to show you the basics of how to use Blender. First thing, the middle mouse button, aka the scrolling thingy, scrolling wheel. If you hold that and then move your mouse around, this is the Windows version by the way, and then you'll be able to rotate around your object. You can use these arrows to move your object that you're working with, and yeah. Right now it's in object mode, but if you put it in edit mode, then you can do lots of better things. Like if you go into this thing, these let you know what you're selecting. You're either selecting a vertex, a line, or a face. So if I were to put it in a face, and I select this face, then at the press of a button, I press the E key, and it'll extrude that layer. And you pull it out, making a new set of 4 layers that you can, so pretty much you just keep extending it out and making things work to your will. And then, watch. Now that I've done that, if I were to, whoa, that's not right. Yeah, you need to undo some things. That's good. A selects everything, or deselects everything that you have selected, which is useful, I guess. Oh, sorry. No, I'm just gonna ignore that. So yeah, you can move things around like that. Now that you've extruded it, it's not gonna move the entire thing. It's just going to move that face, which is a pretty good deal. Also make it like that. And then we got this little thingy here. I'm not gonna tell you what that is, I don't know. A couple more options you have is, here. Delete. I'm gonna delete that. And then I'll add a new mesh. Mesh is the object. This monkey. Oh yeah, monkey. Oh, that monkey's not gonna work for now. I'm gonna leave it there. I'll add a cube, because they're the easiest to teach with. So, what you can do with this cube is, if you go back to this view right here, if you do Control R, I believe, it'll bring up these little purple lines. You click, and then you can add another line somewhere. So if you were planning on making your object smooth, then you'll want to add these lines in the corners so that they will be good, like so that they will not turn into a circle, because it'll turn into a circle. And so yes, so and that is this. I'm going to okay. So now let me add, oh, by the way, to delete you click X, and then yeah, that's pretty much it. You delete it by pressing X. See this monkey here? Now if I put it into object mode, you'll see that it's all rough and covered in things. If you're gonna put something into a video game, you don't want that to happen. So you go here to the modifiers section, and there are many things. There's smooth. There's so many different things. I mean, like, they're all really good. And you can either use smooth or subdivision surface for this monkey head. I recommend this one because this one divides every polygon that's inside that makes up that thing in half. See how it got so much smoother? Now, if you add too many, your computer is going to lag. Right now, my computer's not lagging. I'm going to add one more. And now it's getting pretty smooth. And to finish it off, the smooth modifier. See, now the monkey looks a lot better, a lot more refined, and less dumb. And let's see what else. If I were to Oh, yes, finishing your project. For one, if you want to texture your project, that is a complicated method and that will take a while to explain, so I'm not going to. But if you want to add a material to make it have some color, then you go to this material section, you click new, and then you can select a different color to change it to. So I'm just going to have this little red box here. Then you can add effects, make it shiny, make it emit light. That's always fun, making things emit light. We can make it reflective, have light transfer through it. Yeah, it's not gonna look like this, trust me. And yeah, that's about it for the material. So this is another great thing. It's called, oh, it's not called. It is a light. And okay, you press R to rotate, by the way. And yeah, it's a light, and you pretty much use it for when you're like, rendering your thing. And to render, you would, oh yeah, you can change the color of the light, which is pretty cool. To render, it pretty much means finished object. That's what it looks like. So that's pretty good. This is your camera. You can move it around different. So when you render it, it's gonna show you the point of view from that camera. Some cool shortcuts. S is to scale it up and down. Scale it, make it bigger. R is to rotate it. And I believe there's no, I think actually no, that's it. And if you were going to scale it, but you only want to make it wider, then you would either press Z, X, or Y. Z is height, and X and Y are like this, the red line and the green line. So if I'm scaling it and I press Z, then it's just gonna get taller, or at least taller from the original shape. I'm gonna try X. See how it gets wider? It's no longer a cube. I'm gonna, of course, scale it down to make it smaller. And yeah, those are the basic tools. So if I were to render it, let's see. Let's get the render. It does not look like it did earlier, by the way. So the render loads. The first time it may take a while to load. And yeah, that's it. It's not the prettiest thing in the world. It was just, for me to show you. I press escape to quit that, and yeah. So, using all of these skills, I go to my folder. Oh, yeah, I already opened this folder, didn't I? Okay. And, watch. I opened this up. I made this myself. It looks pretty bad right now. It's actually just a lamp, a brown lamp that I made. But when you render it, you'll be so surprised how different things can get. This is the final copy of the lamp that I made. And this took me 3 hours total. That's right. In just 3 hours, you can make a completely realistic looking table lamp. A chocolate table lamp, actually. With a cool background and everything. And it is very good. So let's see how we're doing on time. Oh, we got lots of time. So, yes, that is what you can get if you know how to use this thing. The many different materials, each one placed on the different parts. The bottom part was made with spheres that were flattened. I flattened the spheres by scaling them only into Z. This was a cone, but I added the subsurface modifier, which kind of jacks up a cone, and it makes it look really weird, but it was a good design for my thing. And this was a cylinder, and I cut off all the bottom faces. In fact, I'm going to show you how I cut off the bottom faces. So if I were to make a new project, reload startup. Yeah. So if I were to make a new project and I wanted to delete just one face, I'm going to show you some more tips. You go to edit mode, deselect, and you can either, if it's just one face, then you can go to face selection, select the face, and just X, delete faces, and then that one face is gone. But if it had multiple faces, like, let's see, a cylinder. Cylinder has multiple faces, and you only wanted to delete some of them, you could either hold shift and select multiple faces and then press X delete, which is okay, or you can press B and open up the box selection tool, which will select all the visible faces. If you wanted to select all the faces that you can see, plus the faces that were behind it, oh, by the way, to pan, you do the same thing as rotate, except you hold shift. You want to select all the pieces behind, then instead of box selecting like that, you would press this button, which makes it so that it would select all the pieces that exist inside this box, and then X, delete faces. So yeah, that's about it. I hope this helps for anybody who wants to use Blender. I will make a how to make rigs video later. A rig is what animates your thing. And yeah, I look forward to making my sequel. Oh yeah, since I am a Minecraft guy, I did make some fun things. Let me see, which one is it? Steve Man 4. Let's try this. Huh? Oh yeah, here. So I haven't textured this guy yet, but if you look here, you'd see a Minecraft man holding a diamond sword. Here, object mode. Yeah, that's about it. It's just a Minecraft guy holding a diamond sword. I haven't done much work on this one, of course. I spent a lot more time on the table lamp, which is way harder. But I will get back to this project later. And I got my chicken. I like this chicken. He's like, I plan on making animations with this chicken later on, whenever I get time, or once I figure out how to get the rigs to work right. So for now, he's just a funny little mohawk chicken. How we doing on time? Good. I still have about 3 minutes. So, yeah, that's about it. These are my many creations. I'm kidding, there's only like 3. And of course, by far, this one's my favorite, the lamp. Yeah, and the colors, not all the colors will show up on this screen. Actually, the walls have no color at all. But I applied a color to the light that I was using, a yellow color on the light, which gave the walls a yellow color when you render them, because of the light color. In truth, the walls are just blank. They're just white. If you can see that the lamp is brown and it looks brown in the thing, but the walls are white and it looks yellow in the render. Yeah, that's why. So I guess that's it for this episode. So 12 minutes. Oh, 13 minutes. So, yep, goodbye.